Welcome back, people of planet Earth, to War for the Crown, Songbird Scion Saboteur. It is the new year, 2024, the first session of the new year, and we are going into Chapter 2, Scion. Last we left off, the party finished off the Tanager Jubilee. Calbion was carted off to a town to get healed from his manticore wounds, and the party, in the morning, went back to their new estate that they were gifted, where they were met with a figure claiming they were sent here to find them by Martella Lothheed. And we left off with you guys saying hello and stuff, and the door to the estate being opened and unlocked. Once this map loads for me, I would love to describe things, but everything is being a butt. Oh, Roll20s, don't worry. Roll20's fully black for me too. Refreshing. War for the crown, more like war for my computer to work. Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing you the map, because you definitely have vision on your token, and I've confirmed that, like, several times. Even by coming into this game as a player and clicking on your token, you definitely have vision.
Alright, looks like we're good now.
I have vision on Chrome, so let's go to Chrome.
Perfect. Let me re-describe the estate to you. Atop this low hill stands a fine, if faded, estate. Brambles and thick undergrowth crowd the gardens, while ivy creeps up the two-story marble facade. The building's windows are shuttered and its main doorway barred, which you've now opened, and gripped by a great iron padlock. A tower, clearly far older than the main house, rises from this structure. And as you step in... Hold on. Okay. That's... Really? Okay. Apparently... I mean, that's actually kind of cool. So, that is the only description you guys get. The token isn't actually set for a sheet, so you tell me where you want the horse to be and I'll put him. The reason you don't get any extra description other than just seeing the map is because it says the following rooms within the Bettany estate are all of these, although all of you are welcome to rearrange or repurpose each space as you see fit. So I don't give descriptions because you give the descriptions.
Whoa. I see.
There's a foyer, a garden porch, a drawing room, a game room, music room, kitchen, pantry, parlor, dining room, lower tower, servants' quarters, lavatory, guest room, bath, conservatory, guest room, landing, library, bedroom, upstairs bath, master suite, upper tower, lavatory, cellar, basement storage, and wine cellar. And I'm gonna do something. Let's see. I'm just gonna reveal the entire map. Okay. I would reveal the entire map if there weren't secrets within this map. So I'm just going to reveal each room number.
You could add Fog of War, and that so that you
Yes,
can
I
keep your
could.
secret room,
Keep my secrets.
and then like get rid of dynamic lighting, and then free up all the rest of it.
Irvin, look, I can see the top floor. Except for this tiny square in the middle. I have no idea what that is.
Hold on. Hold on. Okay, come on, man.
Truly excellent. I do say
Where's
to
where's
start
the
me.
where's the reveal? Oh, there it is. Gee.
That's a fair. Hey.
There we go.
Ooh. No third floor and or basement. Probably the tower, actually, now that I think about it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yay, markers.
The back trail kind of just leads into more of, land.
Got it. I'm going to explore a little bit, but still roughly keep my eye on Cassidon. Or an ear if I'm out of vision,
East. Well, this is y'all's home. This is all you right now, so take it away. I got nothing. You guys go. I'm just revealing stuff.
These doors won't let me pass. I will break in through the window.
Because I know the area because I'm from it, do I know where this path leads? Behind the house?
I can look at my big map. Let me look on my big map. Let's see. Bettany Estate. Where's the Bettany Estate? The back it kind of just leads into woods.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess we can do a little theater of the mind here, but I don't suspect anyone's gonna want to actively rearrange anything until we start bringing stuff in. But I think Desmond's gonna kind of check out the rooms and kind of spot this stairwell and climb it. I think once Desmond finds the bedrooms, he's gonna just do a head count just to see what we're looking at and what the basic necessities we need will be.
Yeah, and you are able to do so. I guess I can reveal this, actually. Hold on. I guess I could have just turned off lights.
Several A19s, because that's where we get to go bed rest.
I've also opened the basement.
Haha.
The map moved and it landed in the basement.
Oh, that sounds like a you problem, man.
All right. We can probably rearrange the beds as we see fit, but let's see. Does the water work?
what's the word? Amenities. All amenities are active because the house has been taken care of. Someone does actively come here, and the house has been paid for.
Okay. I guess I'm looking around just to see if there's like squatters or like errant beasts in one of the dark corners of the estate. Yeah, I'm gonna look around for that once I establish that necessities are all taken care of.
Sure. Okay. So you're taking time looking around. What's everyone else doing?
Top left bedroom. It seems A19. It looks like, even without a bed. Are these windows immobile or do they shift open?
One moment. They are the type of windows that you kind of like, yeah, you push to the top, and then when you have them down, they lock.
Okay, so could have a breeze in here, some fresh air.
Yeah.
I'll probably spend at least a little bit of time cleaning up this room.
Okay. Cassidin and Anna.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and explore A15, the conservatory.
Sure.
I'm guessing, like, as it is right now, there's not really any furniture in place.
Yeah, there is not much. What you see with this map is what you get.
Alright.
Yeah, I think this is your similar to Lucia's house. This is your home base for this book. I'm pretty sure it's intended for you guys to legitimately buy stuff and refurbish this house. If you wanted to, or you just leave it as is.
No, I kind of like that, being able to
Which
do
means
that.
I could totally add tokens onto this map over time. Depending on how
Yay.
long we're in this book.
Yeah.
Are these tiny boxes and beds like removable, or is that like built into the map?
They are built into the map, but they can be covered up.
Okay, good to know.
True. You're gonna have to cover up the icky, yucky stuff in my room because I'll be cleaning it up. You don't have to do that now.
Broken pile of wood.
I could probably open up a window and just chuck it out. We'll have some firewood.
This is just
Keep
a
the
thud.
chair though.
And there's a thud outside the conservatory window. How about Anastasia? You just relaxing?
Yeah, I mean, they were gifted this house prior to Anastasia ever meeting them. So she's just kind of there for the ride. She lives in the neighborhood, so she just kind of sits down in a seat and just kind of lets everybody explore their new found home. I mean, she's technically not part of like the group that inherited it, so she's just kind of making herself a seat and letting the homeowners and her new neighbors and new compatriots kind of learn the whereabouts of their home.
Alrighty. Well then, Desmond, would you like to give me a perception?
Not great. I might die.
No, you're looking around. You don't find any spookies waiting for you, but while looking around, maybe one of the other rooms, you do, like a little orange cat runs out from underneath a bed and through the house. But other than a stray animal, you don't find anything waiting to stab you in the back.
Oh, we have a stray cat living on the estate. At least we know we won't have mice.
So I'll leave my room and the quote unquote library. I mean, I don't think I watched you directly go into like master bedroom, but I definitely investigate the noise, knowing that someone is in there, and once I see you in there, I'd just kind of Desmond, would you care to assist me with relocating a bed frame and mattress?
Sure.
Because it seems that this one has an extra bed.
Yeah. I think Desmond would help Arvid with that bed, but I think he would also keep an eye out for that cat. And I think with his water kineticist powers, he'd probably just pour the cat like a bowl of water, like a bowl of fresh water, just to give it some incentive to stick around.
Sure, and you can certainly pour a bowl of water while a bed magically appears into a room.
Yay! Thank you.
The first official renovation. The first official token added by God onto the map.
Nice. All right. I think Desmond would make his way downstairs. I can fight through walls. And meet up with Cassidon. Have you looked around and seen anything? A room that you could use for your gardening, I suppose.
Well, funny that you mentioned that. Well, I was thinking of taking one of the guest rooms down here. While I am helping you guys get stuff reestablished in. I forgot what the town's called already.
Well, you could grab a room down here, but we could also just have you sleep upstairs. That way we don't have to lift one of the bed frames down the stairs.
All right. Okay. I'll take you up on that offer. I guess I'll go ahead and head upstairs and see like what the lay of the land up there looks like.
All right, I'll let you do that RP. You can just drag yourself like across the walls and like bring yourself to the second floor.
All right.
Ah, yes, just like in real life. The bedroom right next to the bathroom. So practical.
Also, the bedroom with no exterior walls or windows would never catch me in there.
Oh, gosh.
I'm used to. I lived in such a room before.
You're currently living in such a room.
Why is he a one?
I mean, my place has
Okay, well, yes, you
yeah,
have a
window.
window, but like, you could probably just punch a hole right here if you wanted a window.
I'll consider that later on.
Could be actually kind of an interesting design idea. Who knows? I think seeing Anastasia sitting on the chair, presumably just twiddling her thumbs, I think Desmond would make for some character lore conversation. You said you've lived here all your life.
The majority of my life, yes. My family relocated here as it was one of the most central locations for their business.
And what, pray tell, was this business?
Oh, I'm surprised that you don't recognize the last name. I'm from the family of Zephyres. We're part of the founders of the land and provided a lot of our goods that were done with trade through diamond mines.
Ah, I see. So you probably have close ties with the Merchants Guild. It makes sense that I haven't heard of you, seeing as my father and I seemingly skipped this land on our way to Apara for diplomatic missions and negotiations. We really didn't intersect our areas of interest.
Well, that's quite a shame. This area has a lot to offer, but it seems like you're making roots here. And she kind of gestures towards the manor. And I'm assuming all of you will be around for quite some time.
Until we're bored.
Well, if that's your outlook on this, I suppose you'll be selling the manor in about 2 weeks then?
I just. We intend to make some changes here, but it will be a process.
If your intentions are making changes, what types of changes are you looking to accomplish?
I would be lying if I said that there wasn't something in it for me personally. I'm hoping that working the land and gaining favor that way will help me raise my station and find my father, and perhaps negotiate a deal for his either release or any information regarding the people who captured him. But that's neither here nor there. I think Cassidon probably has a better idea of what changes need to be made in the immediate area.
As of now, I'm sorry for like walking in, like having a conversation. But
No, that's why I brought up your name.
But regarding what the town immediately needs, roads do need to get worked on, and as soon as that gets settled, you guys will be able to tackle the issue of how to get commerce to come back to this town. I would imagine that Lady Anastasia would know of a few ways of possibly bringing back people to this area.
Anything that provides the ability to help the folks that are here. The common folks are really struggling, and fortunately there's not many within the line of influence, I guess is a kind way to put it. There's not that many people in the line of influence that are willing and wanting to help the people here. There's very few of us, and our dear new friend, Mr. Lothheed, is not one of them. To say the least, the plea for help from him from all different directions fall very hard on deaf ears unless money is brought up, and the money better be brought up in his favor.
It's nothing new.
Well, for now, we should just tackle one issue at a time, and just take them on as they come. No point overthinking on how to handle every single issue, and we haven't started on the first one.
That's true. In that same regard, the sooner that you can get the common folk on your side, the sooner you'll have help completing menial tasks in comparison to the more diplomatic relations, which I'm sure all of you here are capable of doing. However, a lot of the manual labor and such could be easily distributed to the common folk for wealth of coin. These people are desperate for both food, shelter, and funds, so they can be very grateful for jobs that could be passed along their way.
Well, that said, Cassidin, do you have any contacts that can get us started on improving the infrastructure? Seems like that'll be our first priority.
Yes, the guild that I'm part of, we do have contacts for like materials that are needed for the road. We also do know workers as well, but the idea of employing local workers could also help stimulate growth back in this town, as well as possibly reduce costs. Thing is, we won't need to be having to bring people in from different parts of Ampara. I think for now, though, we're gonna need to start looking into materials, and then also see if we can put together a workforce,
Right.
as well as the funds.
Well, there's a lot of untouched natural resources in the area, unless I'm mistaken. There must be some reason why the common folk here aren't accessing it or trading it out for funds.
I apologize. I didn't realize I wasn't muted, and I fully coughed into my microphone.
Did not hear you. You're fine.
Yeah, it didn't get picked up.
Well, I think a lot of the lack of trade comes from two things. It comes from quite a few of the noble families around the area hoarding said trade for themselves, and the things that the common folks can't get their hands on, they're not exactly sure how to distribute the goods that they have, and the idea of trading and bartering is a skill that's kind of lost on them, at least from what I've noticed.
Anastasia, give me a knowledge local.
Okay.
I could have asked for that sooner, but you can do it now.
Knowledge local. Do I get a circumstance bonus because it is my town?
Because you've lived in the county? Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Cool. Here we go. Hey, 21.
21, okay. I'm gonna give you some answers to topics you've been talking about.
Okay.
The first topic about roads. You know that one of the roads, known as, one of the trade routes, the Gold Canyon Bridge, has been broken for a long time. The Gold Canyon Bridge connects to other towns here in Merritt, such as Jabris, Moost, and Newtown. But the bridge is broken, so it's hard to move on foot across it. It's even harder to move wagons and trade across the Gold Canyon. The second thing on trade and making pay, you would at least have heard rumors, and maybe, your journeys throughout Merritt and past Stockies every now and then. Their farming has kind of not been all too well, to say the least. Not a lot of crop has come from the town, and you have heard that it's likely because the pump house, which feeds into these farms, has not been operated and working for quite some time, leaving the town somewhat dead in the water.
All right, yeah, I share all of that information with everybody. I guess another question is, hi, do I know if the, how do I word this? Do I know if the citizens have been given misleading information that has led them to become so poor, and who that information may have been given by? So, like, if they were told to avoid the mill because it's haunted or something like that, so that stopped the mill from working, and they just never got around to checking it or something to that degree.
It's funny you say that, because you likely would have heard that during some of your visits or passing through the town.
So, saying that because I was on horseback and I lived here, I probably would know some of these rumors. Can I share them with the group?
I think I'm gonna whisper you something.
Okay. Whisper, 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 type a whisper.
Because I think this is what we decided.
I think while we're discussing this, I want to bring up, where can we get started? Who all do we have favors from? Because I know that Parthena Crab has invited us to her estate, and as Pi said, and I'll just say that I remembered, we were offered supplies from Nicholas Akera. Did we have any other inns going on?
Baroness Adela, I could tell you this unless you remember it, but I'll tell you out now because it's been a while. The Baroness Adela Voynum did offer you 3,000 gold to put towards the repairing of the vineyards, because you made her friendly. Let me double check that. That's what I wrote in my notes, but I'm just going to double check.
3K to repair it, or 3K if we repair it?
If you can repair because the Bettany vineyards. If you can repair the Bettany vineyards, she will grant 3K that can only be spent on town improvements. So when I said in our group chat, you're going to have to keep track of like extra money. Some of the gold that you can get through these events and through influencing NPCs, things during this chapter of the book, can only be spent.
Got it. Why don't we check out the vineyard? Can't hurt to give it a look. At least try to understand what's going on there.
Right.
Not that we can necessarily fix it right away, but it gives us a chance to look around and assess ourselves.
Right. let's walk and talk.
All right.
Yeah, sounds
All right,
good.
you're walking and you're talking. And that'd likely be behind the house.
Okay. Sweet. Like behind on property behind, or like just that
It's
direction
probably a walk.
nearby? Okay, fair enough.
Direction nearby. It's probably a good walk to get there. But it is on, estate property.
Got it.
Cassidy,
And as you...
it seems like
Oh,
this
no,
may
you
be up your alley in terms of restoration, restoring a vineyard.
Well, I would say it's definitely something that interests me. Could I do a nature check, or like, are we at the vineyard yet?
You're currently walking there. It
Would I be
takes
able
some
to look-
time to get there.
Would I be able to look around to see like if I see anything unusual about like the I guess the trees or the plants nearby? See if like they are under some type of effect, or if like something along those lines. Like what's the condition?
Yeah, you can give me a nature.
All right. Oh, Oh wait, wrong character. Oh, okay. There you go then.
$26. Okay. Do. A 26 as you're walking to the vineyards. Nothing mystical is happening, but you can tell that as you can further walk and get closer and closer to the vineyards, the reason that they are destroyed or ruined is they have been flooded over, and it is kind of a muddy mess of a vineyard.
I suppose I'll be able to sort of deduce where the water originated from once we're at the site.
Yeah, there is a full-blown lake, not near the vineyard, but it is close to both the town and the manor, the estate.
Okay, so I just sort of clue Desmond in, like just telling him how, like what I see around in the, I guess, surrounding terrain, basically saying, yeah, there's signs that a flood came in, and this flood could have possibly originated from the nearby lake, and probably just need to do a little bit more investigation to see like if this is like a seasonal thing or if this is something that frequently happens.
I see. Could I make a knowledge geography to see if maybe there's something I can do to assess the lake and what changes need to be made?
Sure.
Okay. My rolls.
The lake seems perfectly fine.
Okay. Seems like it's something that I'm gonna have to check in with the local townspeople, see if there's something I can change. I can't determine anything here as of now, but your claim seems plausible, Cassidy.
Yes, very good.
Once we do get at the vineyard, would I be able to do a knowledge geography to see if there's a way to like mitigate any potential like floods for the future, or like make some recommendations?
You
Whether to
can
build like flood barriers
certainly.
and stuff.
I mean, you can give me a nature.
All right, nature check.
Probably just rained a bit too much one day and ruined the farms, and no one was around to work on them.
Mm-hmm.
But now that people are back in the estate, perhaps workers could be hired to actually work on the farms and take care of them the next time it rains hard.
Interesting.
How big of a vineyard are we looking at here?
Big.
Noted. Okay. Hmm. And there's not any signs of like what this vineyard was possibly producing before, or would I be able to check to see like, oh, what was grown here before?
I mean, if it's a vineyard, it's probably grapes for wine.
Yeah, considering Voynam paid you to repair it because she loved the wine from the vineyards. Not that Cassidy would know that, but
Yeah,
you would be able
wine.
to, put two and two together. It's a vineyard. It probably makes wine. Probably grows grapes.
Oh, well. Getting this done first would probably be a solid idea. Yeah.
I suppose we should.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll let you
Well,
go. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's okay. Forget workers for the vineyard. Then we'll have that 3,000 gold to feed back into like paying the workers, as well as getting more to like tote other things, unless Nicholas is willing to help us with the supplies and building and such.
That makes sense.
Though a simple task for us would be to meet the crabs at their estate. Merely an invitation. We can see what all comes from it, but doesn't seem very resource heavy to go there. So in my mind, getting the vineyard up and running is first.
All right. Then I guess the immediate task on our to-do list is to pay a visit to the crabs. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's my plan.
I mean, it makes sense. We could always divide the tasks.
True.
Perhaps some of us can be sent into the town to maybe garner interest in new jobs in the area.
I will remind. I mean, obviously you could go now, and I'm sure with their friendliness, they'd welcome you in. But Dame Crab did invite you to visit for tea within, like, the next week, like in 1 week's time.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Got it.
and that she will dispatch a messenger in 4 days to remind you.
Delightful. Visit the crabs in a week. Hire workers, drain and work the vineyard. Gather supplies from Okara.
Anastasia, I think it'd be helpful if you came with me towards the town center. It's probably going to be invaluable to have a local speak to other locals.
Sure, I will help where I can. I can only speak so thoroughly. I was reminded by our lovely DM that I'm not specifically from this town, but from a neighboring town where he reminded me that that's what we had decided for where I was from, so I apologize out of character for that misinformation.
I mean, that's still helpful information. If you're in a nearby town, you probably know more about the roads, at least going from that town to here.
Would that be a safe assumption? Considering how often I travel it?
It'd be a safe assumption, considering there's only one road that goes between your town to this.
Yeah, so I would know the condition of that road and that path.
Yeah, so that one road into the town, Stakis, is well maintained, but the trade from every other towns has kind of been killed due to the ruined state of the Gold Coast Bridge, or Gold Canyon Bridge, which is the road that leads out of town, or the other road that leads out of town.
So I guess just to clarify, is it an actual? Well, you're saying Gold Canyon Bridge, so it's the bridge that needs to get repaired, not the actual road, or?
Yeah, the bridge between entrances, it needs to be repaired. Without it, no carts for trade are making it through.
Okay, so there's 3 potential projects that can be worked on: the vineyard, the bridge, and that one mill which many of the farmers were depending on.
The pump station, yes.
Then we do have you guys do have someone that you guys do need to visit in a week's time from the sounds of it. And a potential supplier of ice. This Okara person, I believe, is what you guys were mentioning?
That's correct. Okara offered us supplies for a reconstruction project. I don't recall which one specifically, but the Gold Canyon Bridge seems like it may be up his alley to assist with. We could always check in with him.
So, did you want to visit the 2 groups and as 2 separate parties, or did you want to visit each group as a group?
I'm okay with either approach here, but I do think it'd be a nice way to pass the time if we headed towards at least one of those objectives.
Agreed.
And also, Aravid, you also mentioned something about someone being willing to pay for the repairs for the vineyard. Would they be someone that we would also need to visit to sort of confirm that that's our plan, or has that already been like?
Trust that this will be reasonable and perhaps a tour of a living vineyard, or given the duration of our work here, a fresh, unfortunately unaged bottle as a gift and a reminder would suffice as well. I do believe that she would give us our funds readily. I trust that is a thing.
All right, I understand. I suppose. What time of day is it? Right now, is it like in the after? Is it just like about to hit like 12?
Yeah, it's still fairly early. It's yeah, we'll say that it's around 12 p.m., not a.m.
Oh, ending. I think we would have time to at the very least, visit one of the groups. Sounds like visiting the crabs maybe on the top of our to-do list, or people to visit.
We'll hold off on that. I think we'll get settled in first, and then they'll invite us over.
All right. In the meantime, I'll just go ahead and sort of jot down work projects that have currently been brought up via discussion. Then
yes, Cassidon.
Yeah.
In your opinion, how many man-hours do you think it will take to get the vineyard up and running?
Oh, I guess just sort of out of character, it's like, given that you were saying that this is a large vineyard and it's currently damaged, how many hours would I estimate it would take to like restore the vineyard? Given I guess I don't know, reasonable amount of manpower.
If you can get enough manpower, it's probably going to take some time to fully repair the land. It would probably, from what you've heard of what you've been told of the farms not working, it would probably be extra beneficial to get the pump house online.
Pump house, new task. New objective added.
Exactly. Okay, so I just sort of conveyed that, like, basically, like, the amount of manpower and how preparing or working on the pump house could also help speed up the repairs, or could help benefit, or it could help us finish repairing the vineyard, or restoring the vineyards, rather.
Right.
So
basically, we could get a at least small task force working a part of the land. Meanwhile, we can deal with the pump house. Once that's taken care of, we can put a lot more effort into the vineyard.
Yep. And then
all that comes down to us needing workers.
Yeah, and I think once we fix the pump house in the vineyard, that should get Stocky's agriculture business back online. And then all we have to do is repair the bridge, and we can start sending out you guys can start sending out you can start sending out products, essentially.
Right.
Right. So it sounds like we have 3 projects so far.
Shall we investigate this pump house. And I think Anastasia was told something about like a rumor, but I don't want that kind of swept under the rug.
Was that just leading me into a lore check, Pi, or do I actually know something about the pump house?
Well, yeah, I told you that you've overheard locals through your passing of the town say that it is haunted.
Do I know any details about what it's haunted by or things of that nature, or do I just know that the rumor is that it's haunted?
You just know that the rumor is that it's haunted, which may be a reason why it's been shut down or no longer working.
Okay, yeah, I will share that with the group. The just kind of general rumor about the place is that it's haunted, and I guess that's been enough to prevent people from not stepping foot in it. But as far as any other detail than that, that's really all I have.
Does maybe this is withdrawal from the excitement of the Jubilee, but does anyone feel like doing something exciting maybe? And maybe finding out what this mystery ghost is? I mean, we are just settling in.
I suppose just sort of out of character. Just going back to the whole Manticore thing, like what territory was that thing in before? Was that within our territory, or was that in
You
like
were the hunt took place up here in these woods.
Okay. Okay. So this is completely unrelated towards the Manticore then.
Yes, which Cassid wouldn't know, but yes.
Yeah, that's why it's out of character.
Yeah.
Wow, there are a lot of landmarks that we did not get.
Yeah, there are. Maybe
There
we
is
should
so
some of
much
these
more
on-
on this map.
I'm editing stuff in the party notes right now.
Okay, I'm gonna just put little labels on the map. Jackie!
Just out of curiosity, if we somehow found out, we could actually use the river as a way of like bringing products in and out. I think that river heads directly towards I forget what that big the town that my guy came from is called. One that
Yeah. You come from right here, from Casimir, and this little white square is the County of Merit.
Okay. And those what looks like a bunch of segments of river. I'm guessing that's one continuous thing, right? Or are those a bunch of like lakes basically?
This is road.
Oh, that's a road. Okay.
Or at least I believe it to be a road.
Okay.
People.
And I guess just to check, but this river, where does this lead to exactly?
Which river?
Like this general one, or like where does this lead to? Yeah.
Seems like that's
places.
probably
Okay.
based off the placement of that line up there. That's probably the river. But,
oh yeah, okay. I had to zoom in because it looks like roads. These little dots are indeed blue. They are a river.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like a man-made river. It's so straight.
I thought it was roads because it has like tiny little segments between each other that look like a dotted road.
Mm-hmm.
But no, the straight line here is the road.
Okay.
Okay.
That said, does anyone have any other place or some logistical planning they want to do before we go investigate things?
Oh, no.
Well, I guess I kind of put it out there that we could get a little bit of hiring going on already. And then do our Scooby-Doo after that.
Oh no, yeah. I'm guessing the pump house is in Stockies.
Would be in the region, yes.
Okay, yeah. So we'd be heading in the correct direction if we started making our way towards there.
All right, so is that the play? You guys are gonna head to town, see if you can't get some workers, and then head to the pump house?
Yes.
Is that where the ghosty goo is?
That is where your Scooby-Doo is.
Okay, yes, absolutely.
Okay. Does Anastasia mount up the horse and join the party?
Oh yeah, definitely.
You responded before I could get off, but I was gonna say it'd just be really funny if you just said, nah.
Like, actually, no.
Nah.
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 Bye. Bye. You guys will meet my new character in the downtown. Bye.
Yeah. Oh, I can also tell you all this because I don't know why it never came up. I could have totally told you this when you befriended her during the party. But the quote-unquote sheriff of Stockies, of your town, is this person.
Let's go!
She's the quote-unquote sheriff of Stockies. You take your horse. Do you stick the padlock back on the doors, or are you just going to leave the house as is? You trust.
I mean, at this point, there's not too much to burgle, but yeah, I mean, it's good practice to lock behind yourself. So yeah, we'll
You don't live in a barn.
Yeah, once we get more furniture and valuables, I'll go back to what's-his-face's palace and steal his guards because I became friends with them.
So you guys take a nice little jaunt down to Stockies. As I said previously, the Bentley estate is up on a hill, so it's really not that long of a journey to the town. Maybe at most half an hour. You're very close to town. And as you begin seeing the town, it is less of a town. Well, a town something that needs to be built into a town, as it is a very quiet little village on the edge of vanishing altogether. It has run-down buildings, maybe, a very small population. The only building that seems to really be in decent condition is the tavern. And even then, that is itself not faring all too well. Seems to you all that a lot of work will have to be put into this town.
Yeah. Shall we just talk around and see if we can find people with a skilled work ethic.
Yeah. So adding reform stockies to our list.
And there are various people walking around. It doesn't seem to be, I mean, people going about their daily lives. I can actually tell you, you see a pretty, well, not a pretty mix of people. It is mostly humans. The population is not big. The population of Stockies is only 66. Most of it's human. An occasional halfling and half elf. You see a half orc. Not many people. Mostly human.
One of the first people we go by. Oh, actually, Desmond, did you have something to say?
Oh, I had a scheme to get everyone's attention, but let's hear.
Hey,
let's hear what your
everyone,
idea is.
We're rich and we want your
basically.
work. I would like to go up to one of the individuals that we're passing by, and just kind of ask, excuse me, but we're looking for some of the able-bodied men and women of Stockies to perhaps work some land. We are the new deed holders of the Bettany estate, and we'd like to, improve the things around here. But first, that kind of starts with you all. Do you know where we might be able to find some talent?
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna roll something.
Yay!
Okay, you find yourself talking to one of the half elves. Just on the dirt road through town, stopping someone. Give me a diplomacy if you got it.
Okay. It's not the best diplomacy in the party, but I don't care. It's still pretty good. And it was my idea. Diplomacy is social. Get my blue die out, please. Okay. 22.
22. This half elf kind of gives you maybe not contempt. I'm gonna look at contempt. Yeah, because that's the wrong word. No, maybe that is the right word. But a slight look of, maybe like a slight look of anger at you before realizing that you're actually being genuine with your words. And they say, well, I would give the tavern a go. Most people visit there during their downtime, but I wouldn't put much hope in being able to hire anyone or get anyone to your side. Most everyone here feels as if the nobles of the county have abandoned them, and it's been the case for some years now, so good luck. The tavern.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And hopefully we can turn around some public opinion. Though I would agree with you that a lot of nobles are very... They've got a stick up their ass, if you know what I mean. And then I will just continue on towards the tavern.
Okay.
Desmond's hair stands on it. It's like someone's talking about me.
Anyway, as the four of us gather together, I'm gonna say, I think what would be best for this, while we may be able to garner some help from this, I think we need to take a kind of grassroots approach. We need to promise them things that matter to them, not necessarily to us, and actually follow through on it, unlike a lot of campaigns that I've seen in my lifetime. That's just my take on it.
No, that makes sense. And luckily, I have some experience inciting a little excitement when it is needed.
Excellent. Well, then, and I'll like gesture towards the tavern we're coming up to. This looks like your purview.
All right. Assuming we get to the tavern,
and it's a dingy looking place. It looks better than the rest of the buildings here. The wood's probably rotten, and there is a old broken sign barely dangling in the wind that has a very faded name that you just cannot read.
Okay, well, that's charming. Stepping inside, what do I see? Like, how many people are we looking at here?
Let me see here. Okay, so there's a decent amount of people in there. Maybe, let's say, it's not a big building, but there's probably most of the town. Maybe 15 or so humans. You see 2 of the halflings. There's some half-elves in there. You spot a rare dwarf. It seems this is the town's entertainment while the town is currently to shit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And you do see, actually, despite being the sheriff, Honora Piscum is also the tavern owner. They're the bartender. This is the sheriff's holding. It's the tavern.
Okay.
The jail is the tavern. Which is also her home.
Of course it is. Okay. Is there like a stage that's currently empty?
There is not.
Oh,
it's tables, chairs, the bar, and then
excellent
stairs
tables
that lead up.
Desmond's gonna take like an empty glass beer mug that's, I'm guessing, is there.
Oh, hold on! I got somewhat of a description for you.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
This tavern. It's a bare description. It is little more than an oversized home with a dirt floor.
Nice.
That's the description of the tavern, jail, and her home.
Wow.
And most of the town seem to be packed in here.
That's amazing. Okay. So I'm gonna get that mug. And I'm gonna get like the biggest wooden spoon I can. Stand up on a table. And I'm gonna I'm gonna bang the mug as loud as I can and announce, "I want to give away money." What percent of the tavern looks my way?
I'm gonna roll something. Wow. Okay. A good portion of people turn to look at you, but it's less looks of, wow, we're interested, and more looks of, like, what the hell is this guy? Who's he to barge into our only fun in town?
I'm gonna look for the most sour-looking person and throw a gold coin his way. I'm gonna count that. I'm gonna
Okay.
count my.
It's
Yeah,
about
does it brighten up?
50% of the room.
Okay. Then
Maybe 75% of the room have kind of sour looks on their face.
okay. Now that I have your attention, I am looking for information, and I am willing to pay anyone a gold piece for every useful piece of information they can give me. So, first piece of information that I'm looking for. Where can I find a mason? And then I'm gonna hold a gold coin up.
I'm gonna assist him and like walk up next to the table that he's at. We'll start it with a full round.
Okay. Let's see. You can give me a diplomacy with the bonus from Aravid.
Okay.
I have a +8. Though if that's
Oh.
too much for you, you can do the standard rules of +2.
+2.
Okay. So this.
Oh no, I think I did in the past the full bonus. I'm not gonna break that now.
Okay.
If you want, it can be like my charisma bonus. It can be like a flat score instead of the skill total.
Sure, we'll do that. We'll do your flat score.
Okay, +4.
Okay, +4 on top of this. So 28.
28. You hear the whole room is talking to each other, basically, kind of talking. You do hear a voice in the back go, "Not here, we're all farmers."
You're all farmers. Okay, whoever...
This is farming territory.
Okay, very well. Whoever said that, raise your hand. I'm going to toss you your payment. So I'm down 2 coins.
You see 5 people raise their hand.
Give it to him.
Okay. I'm down 6 coins.
And I'm down however many a full round is.
We'll say a full round for everyone. It's probably just going to be we'll say a silver piece, because this town ain't doing good. The drinks
no, that's fair.
the drinks are like piss water.
In that case,
it's not the best alcohol. It's alcohol. It ain't top shelf.
Brain cells. Brain cells. Yeah, in that case, I'll just leave a gold on the counter and be like, let them use that for the rest of the night.
All right, so everyone here is a farmer. That means you're all tenders of the land. We do intend on investigating the pump house. Pardon skipping steps here. My name is Desmond Belfry. I've come into ownership of the Bettany estate along with my compatriot here. We're going to help improve things around here, but instead of making false promises, I'm just going to get straight to work, if it's all the same to you. We will need some assistance restoring the vineyards behind the Bettany estate, and we will return once we remedy the problem with the pump house. Does anyone here, and I hold out another coin, know any useful details regarding what's going on in the pump house? Specific details. We're aware that there's some sort of haunting going around, but does anyone have any verifiable information?
You hear kind of a cacophony of voices.
Calm down. You
hear some people shouting out, how do we know you're not just going to abandon us? You hear another voice shout out, oh, so you're the new owners. You hear another shout out, yeah, in response to that, well, the last ones were shit. How do we know these ones aren't?
I don't have any reason or ability to make you trust me just off the bat. That's why I'm paying you for information. I'm just going straight to work and helping restore things around here.
The point of all this is to build trust.
You can just watch us perform whatever actions we do, and you can take those as face value.
Give me another diplomacy with the bonus, if Aravid is providing.
Oh, of course.
Okay. 34.
34. God damn. Trust built. We're all done.
Someone does respond. Someone kind of in one of the closest tables. They are they're one of the halflings. They say, most we know is the stocky spur has been blocked for years. All we know is it's abandoned and haunted, or at least that's what they say. I say it was blocked deliberately.
An interesting claim. I'll keep that in mind. Doesn't seem like we can verify the information, but that's still helpful. Thank you. And I'm gonna approach the halfling and hand him his coin. Well, just like I have the coin in my hand, and it's kind of like a half shake, but like here's your coin kind of deal.
He takes it, bites it, looks at a half elf next to him, goes, real gold.
We have no intentions on deceiving you.
Yes, I'm tossing my 22 bluff down the drain just for you.
The halfling looks at you, Aravid, and says, well, coin will certainly go a long way, but we need to... Most of us feel abandoned. We need to see you work to believe it first.
All right. Well, I'll like give a shoot a look at the others. I obviously can't say what I'm thinking, but what I'm thinking now is like sounds like going off to the haunted mill is the perfect thing for us to do.
Right. In the meantime, though, it seems like Cassidon can probably hire a helping hand or two, at least regarding the vineyards. Many of these people are experienced with agriculture. Does anyone here have any experience with vineyards and what's necessary to take care of grapes? Another coin.
You see, give me another diplomacy.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to aid in that one.
That's okay. 23. 19.
One of the humans at the table with the halfling says, I used to work at the vineyards under the old estate owner. some of us, most of us here, did that for work.
Very well. Then it seems to me that you and Cassident Lease could meet up and discuss work arrangements, and I can personally provide the funds. For now, though, may I ask you to investigate the vineyards behind the estate? I'll hand them 2 gold. And you come back to the tavern and apprise the other caretakers of the vineyards what needs to be done. We'll worry about the funds later. I assure you it will come.
He says, well, you've already paid most of us quite well, but payment will be needed to talk. The old owners paid us quite well when they used to take care of the town. He kind of stands up, finishes his drink, and says, I'll go grab my cousin. We'll head up to the vineyards and get back to you.
All right, thank you. What is your name, sir?
Kevin with Y and 2 N's.
Vineyard caretaker is Kevin.
Kevin with a Q, a Y, and 2 N's.
Okay.
I kind of like
his cousin's name.
Kind of like it too. If you ask his cousin's name,
Yep.
it's Jevin.
Jevin. Oh my god. Okay. Kevin and Jevin. All right. Sounds good.
And he walks out of the tavern.
We'll return
Well,
shortly.
If you don't mind us, I think, and I'm just like sending out feelers to everyone else, we have a task of our own.
Agreed.
We must be going.
You see Nora at the kind of makeshift bar says, oh, good luck with the pump house. And she specifically calls out you, Anastasia. You have quite a pretty horse. It's mostly swampland. I would keep care of it.
I see. Do I know of any local areas that would be safe to leave a horse? Like, is there a caretaker or anything like that?
Not in Stockies. You could leave it with Nora.
Yeah, I would inquire with Honora. If available and with some coin, can I leave my horse safely with you?
She says, well, yes, you can. And I'm changing up my accent because she's described as a no-nonsense country girl.
Love it. Love it. Love her. She is new favorite. Protect.
So I can actually tell you she does care about the town because she rarely thinks about the world beyond her small town.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so I realize this may kind of seem like fishing, but genuinely speaking, has that display of like willingness to just get down to business by Arvid and Desmond, like, has that left an impression on Honora in this short time?
Give me a sense motive.
Okay. I mean, my sense motive's a 10.
A 10. I mean, you did change her attitude to friendly at the event, so she does seem like, yeah, maybe these people can do work.
Okay. All right. Anastasia, I believe you know where the pump house is. Mind leading the way?
sure, I will get us there. Let me just return my horse to where Adora says that I need to drop him off at, and we will be on our way.
Okay. You begin heading off to the pump house. Let me put on some alternate music. Let's see, what's a good one? This one is pretty good. The Palace of Birdsong is where the Tanager Jubilee took place. That is correct.
Okay. Just making sure.
It takes a while. I mean, not a while, but it takes some time to make your way to the pump house. But eventually you find yourself, as the afternoon begins, walking through the swamps, the marsh waters, as you see a sturdy stone building straddling the berm, separating an algae-cloaked marsh from the stagnant canal waters. A long... That's a word. Sluice?
Yeah, sluice.
Looks as though it might have once accommodated a mill, while a stone walkway wraps around the southern portion of the building, with moss completely obscuring the slate roof.
Yay, map! Is this end game, or do we get to explore a little bit?
I was just thinking, when you can explore a little bit, you can you can get indoors.
Yeah. Get
I
first little
will-
description going on.
Yeah, there is a specific I'm gonna ask, just real quick. If you could all kindly move square by square.
Got it. Should we move back?
No,
to
you guys are fine
where we were.
as you were, but moving forward, just square by square, please.
Arrow keys.
I'm going to activate Shroud of Water to give myself a little bit of a defensive boost.
Okay.
As we're approaching the door. Mage armor.
Oh.
I'm gonna just try to look at the stairs, make sure they're not gonna like crumble, and I'll fall down and hurt myself.
Sure. Was oh god, there's a skill for that. I forget skill names.
I'm assuming we could just go for perception. If it's knowledge
Yeah.
engineering, I can't do that.
No, I wouldn't do knowledge engineering.
Okay. There's the rolls. 11.
11. The stairs are made of stone. They look like they've been eroded over time, and you could probably walk on them.
I'll just try to keep my balance.
I'd like to roll. I'd like to
I'm
roll.
nimble. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you be nimble. Do it.
Oh, I was just saying, like, if like stuff falls, I can adapt.
Adapt. Nimble adaptiveness. Love it. While Eravage is climbing the stairs, can I roll a nature check to see if this kind of swampy-ish land that it currently is would hurt the integrity of the house? Like, is there a chance that the house is like sinking and would probably be lopsided and all that crap because of the way that the ground is?
Sure.
Ooh. Ooh, 18.
18. It is less that the swamp is ruined. I mean, the swamp has ruined the building over time, but that is also because it's been unmanned for years. No one's been here to take care of the place. So while yes, the swamp has eroded the building and the swamp is to blame, it's also because no one's been here to take care of the building.
Okay. Got it. That makes sense. Thank you.
This is an outer walkway. I just turned on, because I saw you move, I just turned on the prevented from walking through walls.
Saw me popping around.
Yep, I saw you popping around. I was like, why isn't that turned on automatically for these maps?
That's a great question.
But you guys started moving through the entire underground in book 1. I was like, why isn't this on?
I don't expect too much to be happening in this hallway, so I'll pop around.
You see Erevan a large room that likely once contained supplies and machinery for repairing the pump and cleaning the well, but all of it has long since rotted into mulch. There is a well in the northeast corner of the room, and you see a pump mechanism clearly that has been modified to accommodate a rope that once passed through a small slot carved into a wall. And as you see this knowledge, that is where we will end.
Dun dun dun.
Leaving the ghost to be explored for next session. There's no ghost, it's actually just your imagination.
We will
In, oh my god, session 20. Holy shit.
Hey, we're in the 20s, guys. Yay!
Actually, hype.
Great game as always, Pi. Thanks so much. It's great to be back into the new year with the characters, the new game, in the book, starting off the 20s for next session. But for now, everybody say goodbye to YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube land.
Bye, YouTube. Happy dungeon delving, everyone. And Pi?
Good pie and stay sweet in 2024, yo.